spot, secured in the Champions League, a European title behind you for the. Would you like Sarri to stay another season?
It's not my choice. Obviously, Mauricio is the manager. We started the pre-season quite late. In February, March, we were in difficulties. We were sixth in the Premier League. Everybody was thinking that we were out of the Champions League. We came back. We finished third, only behind Liverpool and City, with an amazing season. We have lifted the Europa League. We lost in penalties the Carabao Cup. So I think if you look for the whole season, I think has been very great.
Ever won as a coach? And you think probably not just tonight, but over the course of the season, Chelsea unbeaten through the entire year, probably the best team lifting the trophy, the team who've deserved it across the season.
Yeah, I mean, when you stand there with the trophy, you deserve to win it. I mean, it's simple as that. And especially also when you see the games over the stretch of this year and winning the games and the way how they did it as well. Yeah, they deserved it, and they got the best player for me at this moment with Hazard in it. So yeah, they're the best team who won it, and everything deserved to them.
Yeah, and again, I'll go back to the turmoil and the turbulent times of the season, and if rewind a couple of months ago, if you were to tell the board at Chelsea that you're going to finish third, you're going to win the Europa League, would they have gone down the road to possibly replacing Sarri? I don't know what the answer to that question is, but it's funny how sometimes things work out, and who knows? Listen, I could be sitting there and I'm wrong, and Sarri's going to be in place next year because of this. I don't think so, but great for him. And you could see how all the players went up to him and were giving him hugs, and there's a larger camaraderie there than I think people and the media may have given Chelsea credit for this season. And I remember at the beginning of the season when Sarri had a go at his players and a public go at his players, sometimes it's warranted, and you need to put players outside their comfort zone to start getting the best out of them. And to Nigel's point, the best player out of both the teams performed tonight, and he did exceptionally well in the second half.
He sounds like he knows something, doesn't he? He's been offered this job.
He's been offered this job, yeah. I try to process everything you just said, and maybe it's one of those things like Sarri. He knows a little bit too much, so might get a call from Abramovich.
Plenty more analysis still to come here. Plenty more reaction as well from Baku. beIN Sports' Carrie Brown speaking to Eden Hazard a couple of moments ago. The Belgian confirming this is his last game at Chelsea. Plenty more analysis and reaction after this.
The talk behind closed doors will be a busy one for Chelsea, no doubt, in the summer. But it's going to be busy for Liverpool. It's going to be busy for Tottenham. It's going to be busy for Man United, for Manchester City. Pep Guardiola doesn't seem like the type of head coach that likes to rest on any laurels. He's going to want to get better again, and they were outstanding this season. If Sarri stays at Chelsea, he's going to want to try to be better next year, and that's one of the things that makes the Premier League so good and attractive to watch. Is every year there's another team getting better. Look at your Watfords, look at Wolves that coming in, look at Everton, Aston Villa. I know they just promoted, but they've got big backers, and it just keeps getting more and more demanding year in and year out.
Did that make it all the more important, though, that they picked up the trophy tonight? Because come the summer, if you're a player and you get the phone call from Manchester City, from Liverpool, from Tottenham, Chelsea needed something to make them seem as attractive as the other big clubs in England coming up to this next season.
Yeah, of course, but that doesn't really do the fact that they had to win this trophy to make them more attractive. To be honest, if it is Arsenal or Chelsea, everybody knows how Chelsea and Arsenal operate, also as a player. So, and what I said before, it also happens depending on the transfer embargo, what's going to happen this summer for Chelsea. So if they're limited in making transfers and bringing players in, they have to go back to the system and with the players that they have at this moment right now. But if not, I mean, Chelsea's still Chelsea. There's always a way for a player. There's always a way to persuade a player to come to Chelsea. Thinking about the city, London, thinking about the successes that they have, so on, and the fan base and the stadium and the club as a whole. So they always can persuade players. It's just to find the right player, and also with the resources that you have in the summer, doing the transfer embargo when that comes.
We shouldn't forget tonight, of course, it's not all about the future. Tonight has been a fantastic...
Yeah, it is funny to see, not funny to see, but it's the irony which you already said. You know, not good enough for Arsenal at the end of the day, otherwise you will keep him. But bringing in two great strikers, two international great strikers for a lot of money, and then pushing the striker that you really don't have to your rival, try to make them not better as you. You know, it's
as a player, would he be thinking, I've proved the point tonight?
Of course he proved the point against his old team. I mean, that is what players do. You want to go out there against your old team and you want to perform. It's not really that you want to perform just to hurt them, but just to show them, like, listen, I'm still here. You made a mistake, because that's always going to go in the back of your mind as a player. You always want to prove and you always want to show yourself, and that's what he did today. I mean, he's a guy for on a big occasion and for a big stage, and he proved him today again.
Mm-hmm. It depends a little bit how he left. One thing that the three of us don't know behind closed doors what the circumstances were, and it could have been a very cordial goodbye as well. Thank you for your years. We're going to go a little bit younger, and we're going to go with two strikers, and we're going to want to be a little bit more energetic. You know, whatever it was, it could have been a very good goodbye as well. So he may have scored that goal.
Is there ever a good goodbye?
Well, no, I firmly agree. I was just going to say, I firmly agree with Nigel. I'm sure deep down he was like, you know, yes, I've scored against him. But you can see by his celebration, it wasn't. He wasn't trying to be disrespectful towards Arsenal either, because I think he did sincerely enjoy his time at Arsenal. So, but he's a competitor. I mean, let's face it. When you change clubs, and you know, you always want to go improve yourself again and again and again and again, and he did that tonight, and you know, I'll reiterate, very, very good in the box, and it was a good ball in, not a wonderful ball in. I think Giroud made the ball look even better, and his header was outstanding, back from where the goalkeeper came, very difficult to save, and it really set Chelsea's night off.
The second goal came from Pedro. He joins a very short list of players who've...
I'll go more to the along the lines of Chelsea, which is better than them going forward. I think it's very difficult to defend against Hazard. I thought Pedro had a solid game. I thought the midfielders behind them, I thought were very solid. Jorginho,
Pedro's in there. What was it? 3v6 there. I mean, you'd think as a goalkeeper, you probably want your players closer to him.
But I think this has been an issue for Arsenal for many years. Not just tonight and a one-off. I think this is something that has needed to be addressed for some time now. Going forward, Arsenal has produced some of the best and most difficult teams to try to defend against over the last probably almost 20 years, to be honest with you. But when they lost their spine of their team, once the Vieiras and your Petits went, and we're going back now to the Keowns and Adams and Sol Campbells, and when they went, they had a difficult time replacing the centre backs. And I'm sure Unai Emery seems like a terrific manager. He really does. And I'm sure he sees that. It's not going to take us sitting behind a desk to tell him that he'll need to strengthen in some defensive positions. So it'll be very interesting to see what Arsenal does in the transfer market. Or he might have some younger players that he really wants to bet in that will fit in his system. But I'm sure he knows that he's going to have to strengthen there. So I don't know if Arsenal underperformed so much, but I think
that's
Chelsea
the thing,
were better there.
Yeah, Chelsea was better, but also, to be honest, like if you look what you said as well, if you look at Arsenal, just think about Arsenal and Chelsea. What gives you more composure and more satisfaction that you said, like, okay, this team has a better defense? And just think about Arsenal and Chelsea. For which team would you go? You will go for Chelsea defensive-wise, maybe?
Yep.
And Arsenal, you will go offensive-wise. Arsenal.
Yeah, possibly.
So that's what you said. That's the Achilles heel of Arsenal for so many years. So they got to do something on this transfer market. And I'm just saying, they got to get off that old system and old thinking about playing it out of the box, playing it every time in the tactical way, in the Arsenal way, and sometimes just get a butcher in there. You know what I mean? Like back in the days. For me, that is a butcher or somebody who just kicks the ball and just like brings the team as sort of a leader. Obviously, you can't just create leaders. You can't create leaders, but does he have enough time?
True.